So, thank you very much. We are here with Yosr Allouche at the IIR offices in Paris. Thank you very much, Yos, for a very good cooperation we have since many years. Thank you very much for the good work you are doing here in IIR. We are very happy and very honored to be partner and work together. I have a couple of questions for you that I would like to publish to our network, our magazines. First question would be, you've been to MOP, the Montreal Protocol Conference meeting in Nairobi last month. It's always a very nice place to exchange views of what is happening in our sectors worldwide, different policies. What did you see in this time in international policy, international cooperation about the Montreal Protocol? And a few weeks later was the COP in Brazil. Maybe do you have a few words also for that?
Yeah, okay, thank you very much and welcome. Marco and team to IIR. We are always happy to have you with us. So thank you for this long-standing partnership between Centro Studi Galileo and IIR, and I'm very much hoping for us to build on this partnership together in the future. So regarding your question, so when it comes to MOP, yes, so IIR, we have been taking part actively of MOP. So not only as an observer to all these negotiations, but also as an active, contributor. We have been organizing a side event also to promote and to inform the policymakers on a series of publications about technology briefs on the latest innovative technologies on cold chains with UNEP, Ozone Action. And we had a very successful, I believe, event where we have been informing about emerging technologies for commercial, domestic, working cold rooms applications, transport as well. And we had the chance and the pleasure also to bring some of our experts, IR experts, to put them in contact with the policymaker world, but also the diverse participants at MOP. It's always enriching and valuable to attend MOP, mainly as the protocol is actually the most successful treaty worldwide. It has received the universal ratification, but also it shows when effort is done like at the global level. It shows the true power of collaboration and international cooperation, and how through international cooperation we can achieve concrete things. I mean, if we are able, like today, if we are safe from UV radiations, from eye cataract, from skin cancer, so this is because there is a lot of work which has been done before thanks to the international cooperation. So it's always, rewarding to be there at MOP and, to observe all these negotiations. This year also is more or less, the same topics discussed these last years, but, to make a real change, it takes some time also because we are facing some realities. So discussions about R23 as usual, but also about, having a better coverage of, the monitoring stations. So we have been listening to parties, listening to countries about their real needs, where gaps and holes they need to be filled in terms of, the monitoring station, where data collection needs to be reinforced. And that's the same problem coming again about data collection. We've got data monitoring, and also it was interesting to see, the difference between the estimations and the simulations, but also in terms of emissions tracking, but also, there is the difference between what is simulated and estimated and what is reported by countries. And there you can see the real gap. And this is where the data collection needs to be reinforced.
Okay.
So it was interesting to see that. There has been a lot of discussions also about regional centers of excellence. It was, so we have attended several side events, but also discussions between parties on the theme. So there are some parties who were in favor, others like saying, no, we have already, why are we reinventing the wheel? So we have centers of excellence in training, and let's leverage those, support those. So it was quite interesting also to see how groups of countries are forming and, agreeing on specific, to support or not an initiative. It's a super place, to be honest, I think, from my perspective, to be there also, to meet colleagues, friends, to meet the network. It's an area actually where, new partnership can start. It happened to IIR, to meet new partners, inform about what we are doing. We are grateful for the protocol to give us space also to arrange our side events. There has been an interesting session from UNEP Ozone Action about talk to an expert. I think it's called like that, by using UNEP Ozone Action. It was interesting, and they have this kind of sessions in the main hall, very well positioned, and then there you have like 3 experts setting, and people, they can come and then they ask experts and they discuss with them. So we had experts and IIR experts also sitting there, and we took the opportunity to discuss also with ozone officers, and it was quite a good exchange. So there has been a focus on food chains, cold chains, technology, refrigerant transitions. It was a good place to make us in contact, also facilitate contact between experts and policymakers. And that's actually very well aligned with, the new IIR direction, is how we can bring our experts, and this is what we have done with our side event, bringing up international experts to inform the policymakers about the latest innovative technology, evidence-based information. I believe this is our role. And then put them in direct contact, with the reality.
Yes.
So it was quite interesting in that sense. And of course, the IIR has delivered. I have delivered the statement of IIR at the high-level segment. It was also a good opportunity for me, to transfer the IIR voice.
Very good. Well done. What about the COP? Did you have any sense of what happened in the COP? Do you have some feedback from the COP?
Yeah, we have a few feedback. This year, COP had a main focus. It was called the implementation COP. When it comes to, they are still discussing the main focus on climate finance. There is a lot of discussions about, this different target groups like diversity, but from my perspective, since the very first COP I have been doing, I believe that refrigeration is really overlooked. It's really overlooked in this kind of events, which is really good, bringing all the international parties and activists and all the stakeholders to discuss climate issues. But unfortunately, there is not enough focus on a sector which consumes 20% of the global electricity worldwide.
Of course.
A sector which is, vital for humans, for animals, for technology, for climate adaptation, for everything. So it's really sad to see that discussions and debates about refrigeration, they are not really well covered. There is not too many actors, to my knowledge, which are, and thanks for them, that they are doing the work also to advocate for the sector. IIR, of course, we are always there too, and I think this is our role, to better inform policymakers about, the sector and how it's related to sustainability. There is also the Cool Coalition initiative of UNEP. And also they are doing a great job with Global ABC also to inform about, you know, passive cooling technologies and how we can reduce the energy demand and alternative technologies. To my knowledge, these are like the two main actors doing the work. I believe that we need to join these forces and to support also an international organization like IIR to do this representation at this level. I think we need to have more support, like to bring the voice of the network at this level.
True. Yes.
Yeah.
Refrigeration is should be more represented.
It should be more represented. Absolutely.
Yeah. More. Yeah.
And for that, there is a lot of work on, you know, better informing, educating all and various the general public. It's not only about policymakers.
No.
Yeah.
I agree. Thank you very much, Yosr. I have another question for you, because IIR is the center of knowledge. What do you think are the latest technology, latest regulations? What are we going to see maybe next year from their point of view? We have many conferences. What are some of the topics that will be highlighted during the conferences, the latest technologies in your opinion?
Yeah, I think, you know, we know that Europe is leading the change in the transformation of the sector in the world. And, you know, refrigeration cold chain, they go across borders because of the nature of, you know, the sector. There is a lot of, you know, import, export, not only of the refrigeration equipment or components, but also food and health products, which need to follow a temperature controlled logistics, so also standards. They are, at one point, we need to align. So no country can function by itself. Europe is leading the transformation, and I believe that sooner or later, other countries, other regions in the world, for alignment, need to follow.
Yes,
yeah?
Of course.
And I believe that today this is our climate responsibility. So what we can do from a refrigeration sector perspective to you know, to address the climate change, to make sure that our ozone layer, you know, continues to recover, actually. So there are technology. From an IIR perspective, it's not, we should not only fix problems only from a refrigerant side. Okay. We need to adopt a holistic approach, which first needs to start by reducing the energy demand. Yes. Technology and emerging technologies are available, like, for example, you know, the passive cooling technologies, and there it can require some architectural expertise or background or engineering, so that when it comes like to the building on adopting vernacular technologies or architectures, it can also require engineering skills when adopting, you know, aquifers, reflective surfaces. So all these technologies, they already exist. They have been already demonstrated. So we have the magnetoelectric cooling, sorry for that, absorption chillers, district cooling. So emerging technologies, they are there. It can happen that they have like a high capital costs, but also we need to know that this technology, they offer a reduced operational cost. Yes. So, so they have big benefits to be employed. So this, when it comes like to reduce the energy demand, but then we need to make sure we are adopting energy efficient equipment. For now, energy efficiency has to do with the equipment, with you know, the facility, but also I think it has a larger scope, because when we speak emissions, I mean, you can use the same technology in two countries, for example, but the difference between two countries is the carbon factor.
Yes,
yeah?
Of course.
And then you can see that there will be a big difference in terms of emissions as well.
Yes, true.
So the energy grid the energy mix of the countries also they need to be in.
Yes, the energy sources as well will be a big problem in the future, where you will get the energy to sustain all these expanding refrigeration sector, air conditioning sector, heat pump sector. So we need also to look after the energy source in the future. Last question for you. Thank you very much, Yosr. Next year, 2026, what are the IIR wishes, expectations for next year? IIR events. You did an excellent World Refrigeration Day on the 26th of June this year, 2025. And are you going to replicate? You got some ideas for next year, because it was very successful. And thank you very much for the World Refrigeration Day 2025.
Thank you for the question, Marco. So in terms of the wishes for 2026, I think these are not only wishes for IIR, but wishes for the sector in general. I wish for the international cooperation around the sector to be strengthened. And I came to realize that the only way to strengthen the international cooperation is for governments, so specifically when it comes to government, international cooperation, for those to be sensitized and informed and educated about the importance of the refrigeration sector, not only for humans but also for their economic, for national economy actually. So because it's only when one gets convinced about the importance of of a subject or a theme that start to support it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
And today, giving the climate urgency, but also the human urgency in terms of the vital need for refrigeration, unfortunately, there is not enough awareness raised at the policy level or even the general public level. So I wish for the network, the governments to support further IIR as the only intergovernmental organization in the world working on the sector. But of course, we value long-standing partners as Centro Studi Galileo and other partners for us to continue delivering our mission. We have 2026 will be a year very rich of conferences for IIR.
Right.
So we will have the ICCC conference on cold chains in Istanbul in April. We will have the conference, the Gustav Lorentzen conference on natural refrigerants. We will have the PCM conference as well. And of course, in 2027, we have the Congress in Seoul. When it comes to the World Refrigeration Day, yes, that was actually an adventure. But it was it was a big event which has required a lot of effort put by the head office and partners. And I'm very glad and thankful that you have joined, and also for all the network to be there. I believe it brings all the new perspectives of the IIR for us to act as a bridge between policymakers, research, and in industry, and that I think that we have channeled the main message that in order to deliver this global mission, we need to all to sit together and to understand each other. Yes. Because it's about understanding each other as well. And here also one of the main missions of the IIR is to translate this complex scientific knowledge to an information which can be understandable to policymakers and to the general public as well. Yes. Yeah.
Like our magazine has got the same mission.
Yes.
For policymakers in MOP, in COP, to deliver what good is we are doing in the sector and to replicate in every angle of the world. Yeah. And in the World Refrigeration Day, you did a great job of gathering together the best experts worldwide, institutions, United Nations agency, together as a bridge, as a bridge.
And we heard governments as well. We heard different perspectives of the governments from low-income economies, from the European Commission.
Yes.
And we understood that there is, wherever we are, there is always the need for refrigeration and heat pump technologies. So, but the application the urgency of application can differ.
Different.
Yeah.
Well done, IIR, well done, Yosr. Thank you very much for this interview,
Thank you.
Yosr.
Thank you for visiting.
Thank you.